Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Manpreet Kaur from Commerce Department, Chandigarh Group of Colleges, Mohali. Students, today I am going to discuss with you that what is the scope and what are the career prospects of Masters in Commerce. When any student picks up any course, he is definitely interested to know that what is the scope of that particular course, what are the career prospects of that course. So today we are going to have a look at the career options after doing Masters in Commerce. So this slide shows you the various opportunities or the various options that are available to you after doing Masters in Commerce. So you can one think of becoming a financial analyst, or your next option is of finance officer. The next career option is of accounting expert, a financial planner, or you can join academics, or you can become a taxation expert. You can join the insurance services, or you can join the banking services. So these are majorly the options that the students after doing Masters in Commerce opt for. Now we'll discuss all of these in detail. So as we have talked about, the first option that is available to you is of the financial analyst. Now, what does a financial analyst do? A financial analyst is one who analyzes the finances of the organization or the equity or any other financial securities of the organization. So as a financial analyst, the positions will be one of the equity research analyst, the investment banker, the mutual fund executive, the capital market manager, asset manager, venture capitalist, or the real estate manager. Now, when you think of becoming a financial analyst, you have to have passion for analyzing the financial constructs, right? Be it equity, be it investment of the organization, or deciding about the mutual funds, the investments made in the mutual funds, or evaluating or being the manager of the capital markets, or being the asset manager for the banks, for the insurance companies, for the other companies. You have to have the passion for doing the analysis of the financial constructs. So then you can think of becoming the financial analyst. Now the next career option is of the finance officer. Now this is another one very lucrative career after doing the Masters in Commerce. Normally, when you have such a good hold over the accounting and finance after pursuing this degree of Masters in Commerce, then you can easily think of becoming the finance officer, both in the public and the private domain. Now, finance officers, or usually called as the finance executives, they take care of the money of the organization. So they have this responsibility of managing the money of the organization. Now, their major responsibilities include, number one, monitoring organizations' incomes, their expenses, and their investments. Then, another responsibility that they hold is of creating and evaluating the financial reports of the organization. And lastly, they devise the ways how to cut the cost for the organization. So as a student, if you have hold over the accounting and the finance aspects, then you must think about this as your career option. And as I have told you, both in the public sector and in the private sector, the jobs of financial officer or finance officers are offered to the students who have obtained the degree in Masters in Commerce. Next option that is available after doing Masters in Commerce is to become an accounting expert. So if you are more inclined towards accounting, right? If you have more hold over accounting, be it management accounting, cost accounting, financial accounting, so then you can think of becoming the accounting expert. Now, as an accounting expert, the major responsibilities include: number one, developing and maintaining the accounting records of the organization. So as an accounting expert, you have to develop and you have to maintain the records of accounting of the organization. Then you have to generate the financial reports wherein the analysis would be done, that what is the profitability of the firm, what is the financial position of the firm. You have to generate those financial reports. Then the another responsibility that is assigned to the accounting expert is the management of the payroll function. Then check on any accounting irregularities if there are in the organization. So as an accounting expert, you will have this responsibility also of checking any accounting irregularities. And the last is managing the client's accounts and payable schedules. This is another major responsibility of the accounting expert, that he has to manage the accounts that are receivable and payable. The next is financial planner. The next option that you can think of after doing MCOM is of the financial planner. Now, financial planner is an opportunity that is available in both domains, corporate and as a personal financial planner. So if you are thinking of becoming a corporate financial planner, then you must know that they have to serve those corporates which look for specialized strategic financial planning. So as a corporate financial planner, you have to be a specialist of strategic financial planning, because corporates will be hiring you for this purpose, for strategically financially planning your organization and for the advisory roles in the financial service industries. So for these purposes, corporates hire the corporate financial planners. Next, the individuals also avail the services of the financial planners, and we categorize it under the personal financial planning. Personal financial planners serves individuals in their tax planning, in their insurance planning and their estate planning. So you would have usually seen that the people go for seeking the advices on their financial matters, that what investments should they make, whether to invest in the real estate sector, whether to buy insurances or to invest in the stock markets, right? So these services are provided by the personal financial planners. They assist the individuals in deciding how should they plan their finances. So a financial planner usually finds employment opportunities in banks, in wealth management companies, in insurance companies, mutual fund companies and other financial intermediaries. So these are this is all about the financial planner. So next option we talk about is of the academics. Now you all know that this is one of the very lucrative career that most of the students who pursue masters in commerce opt for. Now if you want to build your career in academics, then you have to think that where do you want to build the career? Whether you want to build the career as a professor or a lecturer in the university or college, or you want to teach at the school level. The requirements of both are a bit different. So if you want to join a university or a college as a lecturer or professor, then you have to be eligible for NTA UGC NET examination. You have to obtain this eligibility. You have to pass this examination of NTA UGC NET. Now, for making this career, however, it is highly recommended that a student after pursuing Masters in Commerce should go for obtaining the PhD degree. PhD is awarded in commerce in majors like finance, statistics, operation research, organizational behavior, human resource management, and there are many other now options that are available wherein you can opt for the specialization for obtaining the degree in PhD. Now, if you want to teach at school level, then you have to further opt for the B.Ed course after Masters in Commerce. So it is mandatory that you have to do the B.Ed course after completing the Masters in Commerce, then you can join the academics at the school level. Now, if we talk about the next career option that is available to you after doing Masters in Commerce, it is taxation expert. So because when you pursue your degrees in commerce, be it bachelor's or master's, you get well acquainted with the knowledge about the taxes. You get to know that what is the tax structure, what are the taxation laws that are followed in your country. So as a taxation expert, your major responsibilities will include estimating and tracking the tax returns and notices for your company or for the individual that you are working for. You have to file the periodic tax returns for the both direct and the indirect taxes. So when we talk about the direct taxes, we talk normally about the income tax, and for indirect taxes, we normally talk about the goods and service tax. So we have to take care of the periods for which we have to file the returns. So periodic tax returns have to be filed by the taxation expert. Then recommending the tax strategies that align with the business goals. So as a taxation expert, you are expected to come out with the recommendations and advise the strategies that align with your business goals, so that when you are complying with the taxes and the taxation laws, your business goals are not hampered. So you plan your business goals keeping in mind that what strategies we have to make according to the taxes that are applicable on that particular business. Then the next responsibility is of the documentation for tax payments and returns. So you have to prepare the proper documents, keep the proper records of all the tax payments that have been made and all the returns that have been filed. The next responsibility is tax planning and advisory services. So you can help the individuals as well as the corporates in planning their taxes, that how can they manage their taxes, what investments should they make to in trying to reduce or minimize their liabilities. So we can plan the taxes, right? We can make such investments which will help us to lower down our tax payments. So tax planning and advisory services are provided by the taxation expert. Then you have to, as a taxation expert, track the industry trends and the changes which relate to taxes. As an expert, you must be acquainted with the recent industry trends and the changes that happen relating to the taxes in any economy. So these are the responsibilities of taxation expert. Now the next option that is available is of insurance services. So after pursuing Masters in Commerce, you can think of joining the insurance sector. So in insurance services, the positions include administrative officer, or you can think of becoming an assistant administrative officer, the development officer, insurance or composite agents, You can think of becoming insurance surveyors who collect the data, insurance underwriters, and investment professionals. Now, when we talk about the insurance sector, it is one of those sectors of the economy which offers very good, very high paying career opportunities to the students. So when you have a degree in Masters in Commerce, you can think of opting for any of these financial positions or any of these positions in the insurance sectors, and you can start working for it. The next option that is available is to join the banking services. Most of the students, after obtaining the bachelor's and then the master's degree in commerce, think of joining the banking sector. So you can opt for the banking services once you have obtained the degree in master's in commerce. So in banking services, the positions include one of the probationary officer, the credit officer, finance officer, foreign exchange officer, customer relationship executive, and the personnel officer. So all these options get open when you have a degree in Masters in Commerce. And I must tell you that having obtained the degree in Masters in Commerce gives you an edge, because you have a background in commerce and you have knowledge of the economics. So it gives you an edge when you work in the banking sector. You are well acquainted with all the terminologies, you know all the concepts of that, how a bank functions, that how a bank runs. So you can think of any of these positions depending upon your interest area in banking sector. Now kids, coming on to that what are the benefits of pursuing Masters in Commerce in Chandigarh group of colleges. Now kids, if you pursue Masters in Commerce in Chandigarh group of colleges, you are going to have a lot of help in building a very good career, because you will have the opportunity to learn from well qualified teachers. So in CGC Landra, we make sure that we have well qualified, well experienced teachers who teach you this course of Masters in Commerce. You have the chance to obtain the degree from a state university. As you know that Chandigarh group, Masters in Commerce in Chandigarh group of colleges is affiliated to Punjab Technical University. So it is a state university, so you will get a degree from a state university. Now, the next benefit is that you will get the practical training on accounting software. In CGC Landra, we have a Tally software lab wherein you will be taught that how the accounting is done in practical life. So you will get hold of the accounting software. Then you will have the chance to work with reputed CA firms. CGC Landra has tie-ups with various CA firms wherein you will be trained that how the work of accounting, the work of taxation is done. Then you will have the opportunities for placements. CGC makes sure that it offers its students the placement opportunities. Number of companies visit our campus in the final year. The students are offered to sit in the placement drives and they can grab the opportunity and get placed in the reputed companies. Next is you will be on regular industrial visits. You will have the opportunity to visit the different companies, the different industries, the different factories during your study period at CGC Landra. You will have regular interaction with industry expert. We at this institution try to have the maximum number of interactions with the industrial experts. We have number of guest lectures and we try to have the interaction with the best persons from the industry. So you will have the chance of interaction with the industry experts, as well as you will have the opportunity to gain from their knowledge. Then the next benefit of doing MCOM at CGC Landra is that it offers you a case study based learning. So teachers at CGC Landra teaches through the cases. So you will have the learning based upon what actually happens in the companies and how the person should react to the situations when they happen in the hypothetical form in the industries. Then the last is the approach that is used to teach is learner-centric at CGC Landra. So you are our prime focus. A student is our prime focus. So we try to evaluate that what are the needs of the student, and then we formulate the approach that how to teach the students. So all the needs of the students are taken care of when we talk about the studies at CGC Landra.